think we've got another screen, but it's not showing it. I think it's Julie.
Right. I didn't see Brad come in. Good morning.
Okay. Paula, good to have you with us this morning. This is the place where we have questions, comments.
I'd like to share.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I just wanted to share quickly, when we were talking about when you're afraid, constricting. When cats are afraid, they blow themselves up.
Mm-hmm.
Just thought I'd mention that.
Right?
Ah, interesting.
Yes, they do, to look bigger.
Good one.
And we'll do that too, but there's an energetic tightening behind it. So, Yulia?
Yes, I've been noticing this synchronicities lately, and this same message comes from different places, and the messages sit with discomfort.
Mm-hmm.
And I was watching one therapist, and he was talking about the difference between the novice therapist and the more experienced one is this ability to sit with the discomfort of the client.
Mm-hmm.
And I've experienced this with also the group that I'm attending, a group therapy, a therapy group. And also I feel like I just want to, my first reaction is to leave, to run away, because it's becoming more and more uncomfortable.
Yes.
And also I'm in this, I don't know, transition state maybe in my life that I also feel like it's a lot of discomfort and a lot of uncertainty.
Yes.
So today was like very on point, very relevant to me. And I'm very grateful for this Sangha.
Well, thank you. And, it's a story I've told before that when I was going through a divorce, I went to an AA meeting and everyone's doing the tired cliche of, well, God never closes one door, He doesn't open another door. And someone pipes up and said, I heard a guy named Ralph G at Tri-State say, yeah, but it's hell waiting in the hall. And what I realized was Ralph G from Eureka Springs was my younger brother. And I got a message from my younger brother through the AA grapevine about my divorce. What I realized after that, using that metaphor, was it's all hallways, Yulia. It's not that this is a transition state. This is just a more marked transition state. But every moment is a transition state. And what they're teaching now in terms of somatic therapy is the 6-minute shift that you make when you're in transition, that your brain literally gets loose and is teachable when you walk through a door. I love that because the liminal state, liminal means doorway. And so when we shift from one environment into another environment, our brain has to re-gear. It's been in this reality, now I'm going to this reality. If you can catch that moment and slow your breath, slow your movements, you can shift out of the fight or flight. Let's say you just came out of a therapy session and you're going out to do your notes and you're upset. If you take that time to do it, that 6-minute interval to shift, you'll have a much better experience with doing your notes. Now, those of you who go, yeah, but what's the application of that? This is being used right now in ER emergency room surgeries. After they do a procedure, they've got to move on to the next procedure. They take 6 minutes, and I've seen videos now of people in the ER meditating before they begin their next procedure. So I've always called these drive-by meditations. They are far more fundamental to your sense of well-being than what you do on the cushion. Is to notice when I'm not attached to reality at all, when I'm dissociated, when I'm still in the past, dealing with that, take that 6-minute interval to shift. Come back into reality, back into your body, back into the relaxed breath, back into ventral and out of fight or flight. Or a dissociative state if you go on dorsal. A lot of times my traumatized clients will re-traumatize me, and I got to pull myself out of that. So before I can see the next person, not carry it into the next session. So, anybody else? Thank you. Pat.
Hi. I dislike the words monkey mind, probably because it's so familiar to me.
Okay.
But when we were meditating, I didn't try to do this, but I found myself following the monkey and imagining wherever it took me what it would feel like to be present, really present there. And so it was a really different thing because I can't control. I have lots and lots of ideas, and I guess we all do, but I can't control my mind all the time. So I thought I'll just go with this and see. And it took me to yesterday, I had to do some shopping, and I don't like shopping very much, but I was in 3 different stores, and I practiced being attentive to the person who was helping me in each one of those. And it just brightened my day. And I felt like I had 3 new friends because I was listening. I tried to trigger them to say something about the price of this or the whatever. But anyway, I'm trying to just live with the mind I have.
Yep. But that's not all that you were doing, because you're also interested in what else was happening. So that's the curiosity I encourage you to carry with you. All right. Monkey is going to take you. The reason the monkey mind exists is to prevent you from making mistakes that you've made in the past. And so it's always viewing the world from a position of avoidance, not engagement. So if you can begin to feel that tension between the dis-ease that I have when I walk in a store, that is the fight or flight response. And that's exactly what the monkey mind generates. Discomfort. That's not the same discomfort that we're generating with weirdness. That's the discomfort that's an old familiar thing of not feeling safe. So we're trying to explore how it feels without that. What happens when you take your suit of armor off? So when I work with people and I do body work and we do some energy cleansing, and I say, how do you feel? Do you feel like a rabbit out of the hole or feel like a turtle without your shell? And they go, yeah. And walking out the door in that state feels weird. Or if you cleanse someone's energy and all of a sudden their aura is expansive and they feel their body out here, it feels weird. I say, and it can affect your ability to drive your car. All of a sudden, I'm in a different part of my brain. So those are the kind of things that are out there and available to us that are positive. So I'm trying to encourage the difference between the old familiar discomfort and dis-ease versus the dis-ease of healthy engagement of reality without the defenses. Arthur Foote, a Unitarian minister, wrote a wonderful book called Taking Down the Defenses. And I think it's an adequate, a really excellent way of looking at aging, is that the first part of our life we're wide open, and then we get all these constricting messages and we shrink. And then as we get older, we begin to have more agency, more control over our environment, the direction of our lives. We can begin to take down the defenses to put ourselves in environments that we don't have to be defensive, like here in the Sangha, where we can begin to explore our authentic selves. So, It's like, what are you going to do with your old age? Soften, take down the defenses, become more vulnerable, more present, like you were saying. I like that, present to the clerks, people.
Mm.
And that's a shift Martin Buber talked about, the difference between seeing other people as objects. He called that an I-it relationship, as opposed to seeing them as sovereign sentient beings with an entire reality of their own, as meaningful as yours.
Yep, Sharon Salzburn talks about it as a stretch. You know, stretching your ability to connect to people that we might otherwise discount or not notice,
Not see,
not see.
yeah, not see.
There's a stretch.
And that's the point I didn't really tie. I made the comment about the woman in the lecture on her workshop on racism, is that when we confront that otherness, that thing that is different from me, that's where we begin to encounter some fear, whether it's a different gender, whether it's someone with a different cultural background, different skin color, from a different socioeconomic group,
Disabled.
disabled, little different mentally. That's when these weirdnesses start creeping in, and we get that pushback. And so learning how to handle those moments and stay open, you know, why am I, here's one that I have that always makes me laugh. Every time I see a person with an Oriental cultural heritage, I always expect them to talk like Charlie Chan with some kind of weird accent, and somebody who's been raised fourth generation American, speaks perfect English. It's always a surprise to me. And so we have those, you know, to say you're not a racist, to say you're not prejudiced is a ridiculous statement to make. Yeah, your brain prejudges, even if you're not conscious of it. There are things that's expecting to happen, things that you don't want to experience or that you're afraid of experiencing. So I like to look at it as a game.
And the practice of opening is a practice of freedom and loving kindness.
Absolutely.
It is at the very heart of it, stretching, opening, loving kindness, spreading it.
And of liberating yourself
Freedom.
from the bondage of your conditioning.
I had kind of an interesting experience today. These have been some beautiful meditations the last few weeks, Bart. I'm sitting in the same room that I always sit in, and the windows are open. Beautiful day today, pretty breezy out. And so in the meditation, I was listening to the wind, kind of anticipating it. And then I would feel it on this arm, and it would radiate down to my right foot. So just kind of following, you know, anticipating that breeze, following it, feeling it on my body. And I was very dreamy, you know, so I was hearing it and feeling it. And then my dog barked. And as soon as Cairo barked and kind of like brought me out, back, whatever, then I started analyzing, like, oh, where was I? Was I not, if that startled me, was I not in the present moment? Which moment was the present moment? The moment Cairo was in, or the breeze? Like, and so then I started doing a whole lot of thinking.
Okay. And his bark was the present moment. So it wasn't there 1 minute and then it was there, and that transition was abrupt. And so that startle response, you know, the more PTSD we carry, the more of those kind of surprises turn on all our defenses. But what I like is your laughter, because that laughter sees the irony of it. And that's the laughter of liberation. When you begin to see the whole catastrophe unfold in a moment like that, it's hard to take yourself seriously. And that's a good thing. That's a good
Thank you.
thing. Anybody else? Well, okay, I see Robert's got his hand up. He's making bunny
to.
ears on you, Talbot.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I see.
Yesterday, I was leading a history tour, and we were approaching the Caddo Courthouse, and I was preparing the tour was for young students in a math program put on by LSUS, and it was a Romanian math professor who said these kids need to get out of their shell and experience the history of this city. So I was very happy to be in her company, and I said, I'm about to talk about racism, which was a virulent, terrible conflict in this region, has been a long time and reached peaks in various recent decades. And then I realized, talking to a Romanian, and I asked her about her nation, and of course, her nation is not divided by ethnicity. It's pretty much all these Greco-Roman descendants, not far from the Mediterranean and so forth. So they don't have the racism that you and I talk about, but they have ethnic strife that is equivalent to ours.
With the Hungarian-speaking Romanians.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm.
And those
And
are Unitarians, by the way,
I see.
where we got our start.
So there's the universality of strife in this world.
Absolutely. We'll find any difference to divide us. That's part of what I'm suggesting. But the mind and the fact that we can distinguish and we think of it as otherness is what creates this is at the root of all the divisiveness in our culture. Is the minute we hit weirdness and we see a difference, then we go to war. And how not to have that automatic response to difference, to begin to open, like Pat was saying, what do you have to teach me? So when you think about religious tolerance, what the Unitarians said, going back to the old story of the 6 blind men and the elephant, and one of them's got the leg and going, well, this thing is like a tree trunk, and the one who's got the side is going, no, it's not like a tree trunk, it's like a wall. And the one who's got the ear is going, how can you call it wall? It's flexible like a palm leaf. And one who's got the tail is, y'all are crazy, this is like a rope. The one who's got the head is going, no, it's like a kettle, it's lumpy and spherical. And the one who's got the tusk is, you're crazy, it's pointing like a spear. They're all having a different experience of the same thing. They're all right, they're all wrong. How can we overcome that territoriality of my experience is better than your experience and become open to how do we put our experiences together to find the elephant? What is that reality that's out there that we all have a unique experience of? And that's why this group doesn't argue. Why won't allow it?
It's all true.
It's because everybody's telling you their truth. And when Linnell criticizes me, instead of becoming defensive, at my best, I can hear it as, this is her experience of me. She's not telling me who I am. She's telling me how she experienced me. How can I argue with that? May not like it, but her experience is her experience. So it's a different way of looking at things. So only carry us out.
All right. Let's take a deep breath in.
You do 3 rounds
No.
in yoga class.
What's happening?
You're doing this class and I'm doing yoga class. Oh.
Wow.
What are we doing? I don't know. That was weird. Yeah.
Weird.
That was so weird.
I thought I'd forgotten how to count there for a minute.
There's no right or wrong. It's just different.
It's different. Perfect way to end it. I couldn't have ended it any
Woody,
better.
I am loving seeing your face.
Oh, yes.
Yes, thanks for getting here, Woody.
You're
Great to
muted,
see
Woody.
you. Great to see you.
There's
I've been meaning to come. It's my brain is not functioning fully yet. I just,
Totally
you
understand.
know, the Saturdays and okay, Saturday I'm going to go to meditation, and then Saturday comes and I miss meditation again. So today I got here. So
Wonderful to see you.
Well, you got to
Thank
call
you.
the psychic hotline because I thought about it.
Good. Thank you.
It slid off my brain before
Thank
I
you.
could do it. So I'm so thrilled you showed up.
And it's good to see all of you.
Have a good
Oh,
weekend,
so
y'all.
good.
Very good.
Take care.
Thank you all.
Keep healing.
Bye, guys.
Thanks,
Bye,
Bart
Drew.
Linnell. Y'all
Bye.
have a good weekend.
Thanks, Talbot.
Thank
You
you.
too.
Yeah.